Alright, so for the most part, what we're doing is just popping out these little seal covers here. Alright, these little covers here, literally just in there with very light pressure. See, they're quite worn, but you should be able to get new ones of these when they come in. Sliding these collars out of the center. We'll keep those guys organized. They're actually fairly nice and greased. It is very dirty grease, but there's some grease still on there. So what usually seems to be a quick and easy process never really is. I'm having a couple issues with some of the bearings. Here's the sleeve it'll go through. This is a new bearing from Pivot Works, and the other one that I was going to install doesn't have the clearance for the needles in there, and if you shove it in there, then this thing's not going to turn. So yeah, it's I had two that I replaced. I've actually got here's the larger sleeve for the pivot, and it was just when it got to this back piece. If you look at it closely, if it'll focus, there's no scoring, there's no bending here. If I put the old one on, it's the old one from Japan, works just fine. And I did replace one of them in here with the old one, and the other Pivot Work one worked fine. It's a bit stiff right now, but it's still got the clearance, and I think it should break in. It does spin. It's still a little tighter than I think it should be, but it's better than the one that was over there. Now I can't imagine this thing warps or twists to single focus. I mean, obviously it should be like this. It should be nice and free play, and just not getting that with the sections that need two bearings. So it's a bit disconcerting, but at least this slides in and out fairly easy. But I did have to reuse one of the old bearings and one of the new bearings. These are the sleeves that I received from the AllBallz kit. Two different sizes. This size is too small to fit the bolt through. This is fine. So again, it's a good thing I didn't get rid of the other ones. I'm going to clean those up. There's the stock ones. Again, I've got one new bearing and one old bearing. And the castings here aren't the greatest anymore, but yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. Nice and free and loose. One new, one old. Continuing on. Alright, we're going to call that good. Got some new grease in here. We're going to put the new seals in. Seeing the condition of the old ones, honestly, was this whole process worth it? You know, I don't know. Time will tell whether or not it was or not. But I know that there's fresh grease in there. It's definitely nice having the new seals. I think that will help. But also knowing that how good of condition that the original ones were in there makes me not too worried that I'm going to have to do this again unless the pivot bearings, Pivot Works, excuse me, the brand Pivot Works bearings, unless they just fail prematurely, then I'll be kicking myself because I probably should have stayed with the original Japanese ones. So anyway, we're going to mark and keep those just in case we need those down the road. We were going to toss the two pivots that I don't need. And I mean, you can tell some of here's the original collar that came out of there. There's definitely some non-moving areas there where the grease sort of got cooked into that section here on that collar, but not a lot of scoring or pitting, just some light wear issues. So I don't know, time will tell. Hey guys, just want to give you a huge thank you for the continued support that you always give me. We'll be putting out more content as always, everything from the high Arctic down to Antarctica and everywhere in between for our adventures on two wheels. We'll catch you down the road. Thanks again, guys.